Let's take a second to have a look at hierarchy or parenting and how it applies to Cinema 4D. A hierarchy is an arrangement of items in which the items are represented as being above, below, or at the same level as one another. In Cinema 4D, the above translates to the parent, the below translates to the child, and being at the same level translates to the peer. So what does all this mean? Well, let's take a look at an example. You just get a couple simple objects out here in the scene. Let me move the cube above the sphere. Currently, these objects are independent of one another. So if I spin this or move this around, they do this independently of one another. However, if I take the sphere and put it underneath the cube, like so, then I've created a parent-child relationship. Now, how does that work? Well, if I move the sphere, it still moves like it did before. However, if I move the cube now, the sphere will follow. So it comes along for the ride. I spin it. So this is a simple parent-child relationship. Now, if I break this relationship, now they're both independent of one another again. And I come over here, I drop a null in the scene, and we'll talk more about nulls. But one thing you can do with nulls is you can group objects with nulls. So if I take these two objects now, put it underneath the null, then the null becomes the parent, but these two objects, the cube and the sphere, share a peer relationship now. So again, these can move independently of one another. But if we move the null, both of these objects will come along for the ride. So that's parenting or hierarchy in a nutshell. One other thing I would like to show you, it's a neat trick that you'll be able to use time and time again. Let me take this cube and sphere, get rid of this null. If you're ever working in a scene and you have to put another object in and you need it to be in a specific place that another object is in 3D space, you can take that object, like the sphere, you can create a parent-child relationship with it, and then if you come over here and click on the sphere and its coordinates and zero the coordinates out, it's going to jump into the same position and with the same rotation as its parent. So then you can take this back out and do whatever you needed to do with it. That's a neat little trick that you'll use over and over. Okay, so that's hierarchy and parenting in Cinema 4D.